Thank you, Terry. So I'm Bob Boucher. Full disclosure, I was born and raised Roman Catholic. I even spent 6 years in various seminaries studying for the priesthood, but really haven't practiced my faith in about 50 years, close to 50 years. And at least in my social circle, have been a pretty fierce critic of Roman Catholicism during my adult years. But I always paid attention, and I was really moved by the death of Pope Francis, because he was really a different type of pope. The first truly modern pope, the first truly humanitarian pope, in my opinion. And so one interesting thing is his outspokenness when it came to what is going on in Gaza. So it was somewhat ironic that the leader of 1.5 billion Catholics, about 20% of the world's population, was so outspoken. In fact, and behind the scenes too. But perhaps a silver lining with the new Pope, Pope Leo XIV. And I encourage any of you who are maybe unclear as to why he took Leo to become the 14th, our American-born Peruvian Pope, is looking at Leo XIII. And if you don't know about Leo XIII, he's a very interesting character himself. After Pope Francis's death, all kinds of anecdotes, right? We've seen these. My favorite one, perhaps, was of his physician who took care of him the last 4 or so years of his life when the Pope's health was declining. And his physician said during the last 3 years of his life that the Pope put on about 60 pounds, about 30 kilograms. And of course, his doctor was very, on his case about this. And he said the Pope had a very, very bad sweet tooth. And so he brought this to the Pope's attention. He said, Your Holiness, you travel all around the world trying to help everyone, but you're not helping yourself. And he said, the Pope said to him, one must learn to live with irony. So, and that's actually, it's a great retort, but it's an interesting point too. And one of the ironies for us, I think, a really significant irony, is that, we're we the people, right? The greatest democracy, the longest-standing democracy in the history of the world, Israel has been a great democracy, right? Forged from the Holocaust, all of these years, 100 years of Zionist thought, and developed to these two great democracies powered by the people who are complicit in a terrible genocide that's ongoing. So we, the people, bear responsibility for this. And some of this has to do with, at least in America, and I think in Israel too, although I can't directly speak for that, obviously, is we keep settling for the least worst option. And that has to stop. And we have to start and think in these ways now. We talk about John Fetterman. In a lot of ways, he was the least worst option. And moving forward, people like us who believe in what we believe in and show up every week to do this type of thing, we have to say no more least worst options. If this is a true democracy, we have to work to have outcomes that really reflect what the majority of Americans want, which is not where we're at now.
Thank you, Bob.